Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. We're so happy you found us. In this episode, we take you to our favorite farm and to historic Plymouth, Massachusetts. That's all coming up right after this.
Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Good morning. So today we are going out and exploring. We're going to continue our theme of doing some touristy stuff in our backyard. So today we're going to go out to do some apple picking at one of our favorite farms in the area. It's actually closer to where we used to live. The farms that are around here, it is late in the season. It's already October. So the farms that are around here are already out of apples. But the farm that's closest to our old house, they still have apples. They have a huge orchard. So we're going to do some apple picking there. Probably pick a couple of pumpkins as well. And then we're going to head down to Plymouth. We're going to do the Plymouth Pawtuxet Museum, or what used to be called the Plymouth Plantation Museum. And then after that, we're going to head down to Plymouth Harbor and just walk around downtown there and visit the Mayflower too. So super excited. I haven't done any of these things except for apple picking. So I've never been to the Plymouth Pawtuxet Museum. I've never been to the Mayflower too. I've seen it. I used to work on at a bank right across from the Cape Cod Canal, and I actually saw it going back and forth a couple of times while it was being repaired. So I'm excited to actually go around and tour it, and I'm excited for the museum as well. So so let's get on the road, and we'll see you guys over at the farm. This is C.N. Smith's farm in East Bridgewater, Mass. Huge farm. They have, Jasmine was just saying that these trees here are peaches or nectarines.
Oh, over here, peaches and nectarines.
Peaches are over there, sorry. And then in front of us here, there, are blueberry bushes, I believe.
Yes. And
then on the other side of these peaches are strawberries. And right now, we're walking down to the Honeycrisp apples.
Our favorite,
yeah.
Yes, with all of these are blueberries all the way down there and in front of us too.
So it's a huge farm. So you can come here any time of year and pick your own for a lot of these different things. They also have pumpkins, yes, Jackson?
Yes.
So you can pick your own for a lot of these things. East Bridgewater, C.N. Smith Farm. Definitely a go-to if you're in the South Shore or in the Plymouth area. Even in Boston, you can come down here and do this year-round pretty much.
Yeah.
Just check their website and check their Facebook to make sure they're open.
Yeah, and if you don't want to pick your own, they have a store where you can buy stuff already. So they have everything that you can pick yourself, you can buy there. And it's pretty awesome. I love it. They have donuts, and on the weekends they also have slushies and cider and all these yummy things that you can buy freshly baked as well. And it's one of my favorites. We've been coming here since we lived in the Whitman area. So at least 8 years probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love it.
I forgot about the apple cider donuts. They're delicious here. And the apple cider is really good too.
Yeah.
So my favorite.
So we just got to the farm, and I just want to tell you a little bit about our bag. So we got this bag. This is the smallest bag, and this one is $16, and it admits one person. We could have chosen the second biggest bag, and that admitted 3 people, That was $32, but we didn't need a bag that big. We didn't need that many apples. So we chose to do this one, and then we paid $8 for each person additionally. And yeah, so we got our apples and enjoyed a fun day at the apple orchard.
Yep. So $32 would get you a bigger bag, and all three of us could have gone in. But if you don't need that many apples, then it's just do a small bag and pay per person additionally. We don't need that many apples. But
they also have different packages too. Like they have a very large bag, and they have big group prices as well. So it just depends on how many people you're coming with.
Yeah.
So look into that.
Back of the truck. So we'll just show you guys what we got. So apple cider and some apple cider donuts.
Yes.
Getting ready to try a donut while they're fresh. And they're bringing out more while we were there. So they're always fresh supply of donuts.
Look at that. Yum.
Deliciousness. And you saw we didn't do pumpkin picking, so we saw that we just picked up like a couple of pumpkins right from the front there. They do have a pumpkin patch, and I don't know that they do it every single day, but you take a hayride out to the pumpkin patch. But today they weren't doing hayrides, so I think if you wanted to go pick pumpkins, I think you had to walk to it maybe.
I don't know. You would have to ask.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We were here for apples today, and we did get a pumpkin while we were here, so you can always do both. But just call, like I said before, just call ahead, check their website or their Facebook page, and they usually have
really
updates.
Good at updating it.
Yeah, the Facebook page is usually up to date. So there you have it. C.N. Smith Farm in East Bridgewater, Mass.
They're super nice too.
Yeah, they are. They're really nice people here. So now we're gonna head to Plymouth, and we'll see you guys over there. One more thing before we leave the farm: is apple picking just a New England thing? Because I always know it's like a huge thing around here. And to be quite honest with you, it's not my favorite fall activity, but everybody around here loves it. I'm always curious, is apple picking like the highlight of the fall and anywhere else in the country? Or is it just a New England thing? Let me know. So quickly, there for admission prices, they're kind of all over the place, but you can go onto our website, victoriantourist.com. I have a whole blog post about things to do in Plymouth, and one of them is this museum. But we paid for a combination pass, which was doing the museum here on these grounds, and then also doing the Mayflower 2 down in Plymouth Harbor. So we get 2 tickets. I think they're $44 for adults and $29 for a child. Does that sound right? Sounds all right. Came to about $120 total. So two adults and a child for the 2 different sites. Now there's 3 sites total, so you can do what's called a heritage pass. And for a limited time until October, so by the time this video comes out, it's probably over. They had $10 off if you bought the heritage pass, which includes all of their sites and the Mayflower 2 and all of that. But so just keep an eye on the social media. They probably have deals all the time. That was just one that's going on until October. But I think that this video is going to be out after that promo's up. So yeah, so this is my first time here. Looking forward to it. Jackson's second time here, but he doesn't remember the first time here. So
I was a little
It's actually
kid.
my third. I
third
used
time.
to come here on field trips when I used to go to school.
Oh, there you go. So
Only once
this place is all about how the Pilgrims colonized this area. So it goes into the whole history of Thanksgiving and all of that stuff, which is pretty cool because Jackson's just learning this stuff in his homeschool class now. They've been doing a lot about the Pilgrim settling, a lot about what was it? Yeah. So anyway, so they're doing that stuff in school right now. So it's kind of perfect timing for us to come here and do this. So I'm looking forward to it.
I like to tell people, think of these as your modern day cars or SUVs, and this area of the country being so plentiful with waterways, you're thinking of those as your modern day highways. Horses weren't introduced to the area until the 1630s or 40s, so if you weren't on foot, you were in a machine. And machine is the Wampanoag word for boat. These are traditionally hollowed out with fire. You can see I have this little slow burn going. However, historically, you're seeing this entire log on fire over the course of 24 hours, day and night process. So you're seeing a project like this done in about 2 to 3 days. A project that size only taking about a week or a little over a week to complete. This is a boat for 2 people. However, it can be maneuvered by a single person. That one is a 12-person boat and can be maneuvered with 4 people. However, you're moving a lot quicker with 12 people than you are with 4.
Sure.
Believe it or not, that's historically small. You're seeing that reach anywhere from, you're seeing those boats anywhere about 2 times as wide, 2 times as long. There was a lot of old growth in this area before logging companies came.
Outside of the fire, there is a cranberry tea.
That was the Wampanoag tribe village, like a replica of the village and how they lived and how they made their food. And the hut you saw us in was how they would normally, that would be their living quarters. She said up to 15 people would live in that one, but there's ones that are 100 feet. And they'd have up to 40 plus people in there, which is pretty cool. Obviously Wampanoag tribes were here year round, so they would be they'd stay in there for the warmth, but then also they'd stay in there to eat, and the kitchen fires were in there, and there'd be about 10 fires. And the ones that were 100 feet, there'd be about 10 fires in the middle, which is pretty cool. So now we're heading up to the colony, or the English colony settlement. So now we get to see how the Pilgrims lived, or the English settlers lived, when they came over here. All right, so that was a lot of fun for my first experience. Jackson, you liked it, Jax?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I loved it.
I loved it. I think my favorite part was the, oh, this guy getting close to me next to me. I think my favorite part was definitely the Wampanoag section, so the Native American section. That was pretty cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was just so cool to see everything that they did.
Yeah.
From how they cooked to their homes. It's very, very cool.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go head to the Mayflower 2. First, we're gonna grab some lunch. So the Mayflower 2, if you don't know, is on the Plymouth Harbor. The Plymouth Patuxent Museum is actually off to the side a little bit. So obviously the original colony is where the town of Plymouth still is. So that's where we're gonna head down there now. We're gonna have some lunch first, and then we'll check out the Mayflower 2, the Plymouth Rock, and we'll probably take you guys down Main Street there, because there's a whole bunch of shops and a whole bunch of restaurants down there, but just the architecture is just very, very old town New England harbor, which I love. I think it's one of the best harbor towns in New England. So we'll see you guys down in Plymouth.
Jackson wants to say something.
Yeah.
And also, if you go here, if you come here, you might see the moonflower.
The moonflower. That's
oh yeah,
right.
we didn't get a picture for you.
You didn't
guys.
get a picture. Yeah, we forgot to get a picture, but there's a sculpture called the moonflower. So if you guys ever come here and you're watching this video, leave it in the comment below so you can see it. See that you guys found it. Cool. All right, we'll see you guys down at Plymouth Harbor.
See ya.
All right, so we're parked. We're on Water Street in Plymouth. Again, if you go to my blog, thetouringtourist.com, I do a whole thing on Plymouth. And Water Street's a very popular street. You obviously get views of the water, which I'll turn you guys around in a second, and you can see that. But just so you guys know, it's a meter parking on the street, 4 hours. We paid for 3 hours. It was $6, so not too bad. And from here, we can go to a restaurant called the Cabbie Shack, which I think we're going to try to get some food. Beautiful 3 decks of water views when you're eating. And then that's to our left, and to our right is both the Mayflower and Plymouth Rock. So I think it's a perfect spot to park. It's a Tuesday afternoon, 2:30. There's plenty of spots open. I can imagine on a busier weekend, it's going to be a little harder to find parking, especially in the summer. But near the Cabbie Shack is a huge municipal lot. I want to say the rates are about the same, but I think it's only 2 hours instead of 4 hours. So just keep that in mind. But let me turn you guys around so you can see the view. So that's the view from our truck, looking at Plymouth Harbor, which is pretty cool. So if we wanted to, Jackson actually had a really good idea, and if we don't get a spot at the restaurant we're trying to go to, we'll turn the truck around, find something to go, and we'll just eat out on the tailgate looking at this view, which is pretty cool too. All right, so we're gonna get some food. See you guys soon. So Jackson wanted to throw an acorn into the water and went into his pocket and accidentally grabbed the marble that we just bought from the museum. And somehow we came back to the beach at low tide, and Mommy found it.
Show him the marble.
Can you believe that? Mommy found that on this entire beach behind us. Incredible. was a lot of fun. The Mayflower 2 definitely exceeded my expectations. I feel like there wasn't like a lot, but the guys the guys and girls that are working on the ship know a ton of things about the ship and about the Mayflower's voyage over here. It was a lot of good information, so it was really cool. And seeing the ship is not scaled down. That is the exact size of the original Mayflower. So just imagining 100, I think he said 140 plus people on that ship for 2 months while they made their way here and then over to Cape Cod first and then over to here. It's pretty incredible. It's pretty hard to fathom that many people on a ship that size, but really cool. And you guys saw the Plymouth Rock. I've never seen it before as much. I've lived here all my life in Massachusetts. Never seen Plymouth Rock. So you got I've seen pictures of it obviously, but finally got to see that in person, so that was pretty cool. And you guys saw a statue of Chief Massasoit of the Wampanoag tribe, who was very critical in the entire Wampanoags and Pilgrim experience. And Jackson just learned about him not so long ago too during homeschool, so that was really cool to see, not in person obviously, but see a statue of Chief Massasoit. So very cool. What did you guys think? What was your favorite parts of this day so far? The day's almost over.
It was great. It was awesome. The ship was definitely one of the highlights, but I think all of it was really good. Really good information.
Yeah. What about you, Jackson? What was your favorite?
I would say the ship.
The ship?
Most.
Yeah.
And also the restaurant.
The restaurant, Cabbie Shack. Check if you're gonna be here. Cabbie Shack is the way to go. I love Cabbie Shack. They have great seafood. They have great everything. I think I've always had really good meals there. But obviously, you're in Plymouth Harbor. Seafood is the thing to get. So if you're gonna be here, the clam chowder Jasmine had, she said it was one of the best ones she's had.
It was delicious.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of clam chowder, but she said it was really good. I've heard really good things about it. And then also, sorry, parking timer is going off for our meter. I had the fish and chips. I've had the clam chips there before, so seafood is definitely the way to go if you're going to be there. And if you're into drinking cocktails and things like that, they have a plethora, so many options for cocktails, seasonal as well. It's really the place to go. And so, like I said, when we got here too, we went to our left, and that's the Cabbie Shack. And right from where we're sitting, we can see the Mayflower too. And right from here as well, we can also see Plymouth Rock. So parking on Water Street in between the two, it was $6 for 3 hours. And we got it all done. You saw the timer go off, so we got it done in 3 hours. So I think this is definitely where to go. So now, and I'm not, as far as my favorite, I don't know. I'm torn between Mayflower 2 and between the Wampanoag tribe exhibit at the Plymouth Pawtuxet Museum.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I thought that was really cool too. So I'm kind of torn between the two. So I'm not going to pick a favorite. I'm going to give you guys both those things.
I would say those two were for me as well.
As well, yeah. So now we'll take you guys down a quick drive down Main Street to see Plymouth, the town of Plymouth. Like I said, if you're here, Cabbie Shack is a great place to go, but there's so many restaurants on Main Street, and there's so many places to shop. So if you're into shopping at local stores and supporting small business, Plymouth Main Street is definitely a great place to do that. And during the summertime, it's a very vibing place. Today it's a little chilly. The ocean breeze is really, really cool, but it
was perfect. There weren't crowds.
Yeah, that's nice. True too. There was no crowds today, so it's kind of the shoulder season's really. If you don't like crowds, shoulder season's where it's at. But if you're into the summer vibes and all of that, Plymouth Harbor for the summer is a good spot to be at. So,
all right, guys.
Enjoy the drive down Main Street.
Enjoy.
Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already, we would love for you to subscribe to our channel and to share our videos with anyone you think would enjoy them as well. Next week, we move to another campground and go on a hike in my favorite state park before finally getting on the road and heading south. Until then, God bless, stay safe, and have a very Merry Christmas.